Hey everybody, it's Flat Earth Dave with a special show, I guess. We're talking to Wendy and Steve from the Sounds Beautiful festival that's coming up that I am super excited for. I am flying to the UK and it's a 4-day festival, right, guys?
That's right.
And it's
Four whole
music and truth and all sorts of stuff. And I think you guys realize this. I'm not sure, but you added Flat Earth in towards the end of your planning, and Flat Earth is going to dominate your entire festival. Sorry, it's just
That's
the way it's going to
okay.
be. It's going to
Yeah,
be.
we kind of gathered that after a little while.
We saw your Flat Earth Festival poster, and I took a second to go, hang on a minute. And then I thought, you know what? As long as it brings people in, we're happy. We're happy. We're really happy to have you.
We have a big a festival, not a festival. It's one of the bigger truth conferences in Mexico called Anarchapulco, and they're an anarchist freedom, health freedom, medical freedom, and it's been going on for 10 years. And finally, right, we've been talking to the organizer for years, and he's like, people aren't ready for it yet. People aren't ready for Flat Earth, and finally he said, you know what? This year you can come. And it caused a little bit of controversy, a little bit, right? It was a little bit seems like a lot because the people that love things just keep quiet and the people that hate things scream as loud as they can. And out of 50 speakers, my speech was the #1 attended speech. And when I asked people at the beginning, how many of you think we live on a spinning globe? Maybe a dozen people raised their hands out of the entire crowd. So
it's certainly changing.
Yeah,
it's very popular.
It is popular. And Ian Leahy, Ian Leahy and I are going to be there. We're going to have a booth. We're going to just be talking to people, hanging out, digging the music. And why don't you tell us more about the festival, because I want to know more about it. I watched your last interview and I learned a lot more about it, and now I'm even more excited. But tell us all about it.
Well, it was originally intended to be a gathering of free-minded souls to come together and debate. That's why we've got UK Column coming in to hold space, do interviews with people. So we're actively encouraging people with different views to come along and find common ground, because we believe that we're all in this, I hate to say a movement because it's kind of boxing it into a label, but we're all here fighting for freedom in our own way for whatever reasons, whether you believe the earth is flat and you want the freedom to talk about that without being attacked, whether you believe the freedom of medical choice, whether you believe that we need to get rid of AI and keep cash. There's so many different reasons people are into this fight, and all of it is relevant and all of it's important. And we get stuck on the differences. We get stuck on that. And this is a space where we can try and find some unity. So that's why it was set up. That's why it was intended. And we have had some backlash. We're not saying we haven't. For some of the speakers we've invited, but we've negotiated that to the best of our ability, and I think we've got actually a really incredible lineup. Incredible. We're so looking forward to it now.
Have you had any backlash about having me and Ian Leahy there?
Tongue-in-cheek backlash. Nothing nasty. Just a few raised eyebrows and a bit.
We went on another podcast.
In a good way or a bad way? What were we talking about?
No, so we actually went on a podcast last week with Rise Above. They're really good lads. Yeah. And they were actually saying, how long have we got Dave and Ian for? And we were saying, well, I think they're doing about a 2-hour talk. But and then he said, well, I think it's going to take a little bit longer than 2 hours.
I did hear him say that. He said it goes on. The flat Earth debate is endless. But he's right and he's wrong. He's wrong because there is no debate anymore. Earth is flat. It's provable. And Ian and I are going to prove it to anybody that hasn't looked into it. The debate is just with the people that refuse to let go of their ball and and face the fact that the Earth is truly flat.
Well, this is the reason
why. Sorry.
Carry on, Ian. Go on.
I was saying the Earth is physically measured flat. Every chart, every map, every measurement taken is on a flat plane. Nothing's taken on a globe. Never has been.
Well, this is the reason why we wanted you guys to come as well, because like Wendy was saying, There's a lot of people out there who have disbelief on this certain subjects, and quite a lot of people have researched a lot into it, but there's only so much you can like store in your head until you actually go and speak to someone. When you speak to someone, then certain things, you've got questions which you want answered there and then. And then once those questions are answered, then they would sit back with the information that they've got themselves and come to realize either A or B. But it always takes that interaction with someone, I think, to help move them along with that process.
So Ian and I, we're doing presentations. Are they going to be back to back? Are you separating them by days? How do you have the schedule for that?
Well, the schedule might be rearranged because it depends on everybody's availability and who needs to speak when. We might have to juggle it around, but I think at the moment you are back to back.
Yeah.
Do you think that's a good idea, back to back?
Well, I didn't know. Well, that's why we're asking you. You can have an input into this. Would you like it more separate?
I need to think about that. I don't know the answer.
I need to think about that, but I would assume different days, because you're not going to get everyone going to do one presentation at each time. They're going to be mooching about whatever. You need to give them 2 opportunities, I think, to experience what we have to say, as well as we're going to be there, obviously, for the whole days in the booth.
Don't forget, guys, you've got a massive marquee as well, haven't you? Where people can come and actually talk.
It's a 10 by 8. When you say massive, it's 10 by 8, but it'll be cool. Okay, it's cool.
Exactly.
So if you want, you can have 4 days of debate.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be. It's not. I don't look at it as debate. Debate is just when somebody picks a side and wants to defend that side, no matter what, and will never admit that they're wrong. It's a discussion, and the thing is, the people that think the Earth is a globe just haven't really looked into it. They don't know anything about the globe, and they don't know the radius, the size, the distance. They don't know anything, but they defend it because of childhood beliefs. And what we're going to be doing is answering questions. We're going to be having conversations with people. If somebody, here's my promise to everybody. If somebody watches Ian and I, and then comes over to us, asks us some questions, and can prove that the Earth is a globe, they win 3 Bitcoins. Just one group, one group, they get 3 Bitcoins, and by the way, they get their tickets refunded by you guys. And Ian's gonna give them his car. Okay.
Right? We advertise it.
Yeah, you can advertise anything you want, because the Earth is not a globe, and it's going to be an interesting conversation. You know, at Anarchapulco, 95+% of the crowd was questioning the globe. Right? When you question the globe, you're on the flat side, and the 5% that didn't, after my presentation, they came up to me and it's like, I never thought about that. I never realized that. Can you answer this? And we had conversations, and everyone that I talked to flipped. Every single one of them left the globe. So what difference does it make? Right? That's what people say. What difference does it make? It's freeing your soul from literally from a prison, from the heliocentric prison. So that's what we're going to do. I want to know more about the festival. Music, what's it? And it's 4 full days. 4 days.
Yeah.
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, June 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th.
Yeah. Oh gosh, we've got so much. I mean, one of the things we didn't mention too much on our previous podcast that we really want to go into is the fact that about half the festival site is actually a healing festival. You know, there we've got Clive DeCar there with his supplement stall and his Tesla machine. You know, his chair. You can get. We are fascinated by. I mean,
they're great. They are great.
He uses, you know, sound at 432 hertz. I'm a music therapist. I'm a trained music therapist. I'm really interested in sound healing, and so we've got homeopathy tent. We've got Dolores Carhill, which is really exciting, who's coming to talk about setting up health hubs, because people have been trying around the country, and she's got this blueprint and this really practical way of people being able to kind of find their own medicines. It's going to be really important in the future that we, you know, for self-empowerment, to have our own medical systems and not rely on these outdated institutions. And she's got a way that we can do that. We've got healers in all kinds of healing. We've got acupressure massage, psychic healers, tarot, everything, you know, all kinds of stuff, essential oils. There's something for everybody, and I just think that's really, we haven't boosted it enough, have we?
No,
Yeah,
not
we haven't
really.
really talked
Who,
about
who
it.
are the who can you go through some of the speakers? Because there's an amazing array of speakers, isn't it?
It is. Well, obviously you've got your 5 flat earthers. I didn't realise that Mark Devlin. Oh, actually, I did realise that Mark Devlin was a flat earther. So we've got him to
Everyone's
come.
a flat earther. Some just don't know.
They all are. He's coming to talk about the music industry and do his music industry talk. We've got allegedly Dave, of course. We've got you two. Who's the fifth? There's a fifth. I'm trying to think who it is.
Matt Letizia.
Matt
Letizia,
Yeah.
he's,
Richard
he's
Vogues as well, isn't it? It's some
yeah, he's going to be doing his comedy side, just to cheer everyone up. And then we've also got Steve Hughes.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
great. He's a
fun.
great comedian. He's great.
Yeah, he's really good. Yeah, and it's Steve Hughes. He's only doing our festival as well. So he's flying over from Australia. He's only doing our festival.
Excellent.
There's quite a few people which are only doing our festival, really.
Yeah, Ramis, the rapper, music wise, I mean, Steve Hughes is doing other gigs. Let me be
Yeah.
honest about that, but it's just one festival he's doing. Ramis is the rapper who's been going around. Everyone knows Ramis, don't they? He's been going around the schools, going, "Don't take the vaccine."
Oh, I've seen it. I've seen his.
Kids,
Yeah, I've seen
yeah.
it.
So he's been out in Jamaica doing. He said it was really tricky out there in Jamaica trying to get the
It's the
people to
cashless
listen.
society, wasn't it? He was trying to warn everyone about the cashless society over in Jamaica. And he was over there for a good few weeks, wasn't he?
Yeah, and it's harsh out there. I mean, there's guns, there's all kinds of stuff. He put himself in a really kind of dodgy situation going out there, and he's come back, survived, and he's going to come and talk about that hopefully with us in his rapping. I'm sure he'll rap about that. We've got loads of rappers. We've got this whole thing. Well, we're going to have a rap cipher, it's called. This is news to me. I didn't know what it was called before. Hip hop cipher, where rappers can get up on the stage and just grab the mic. There's going to be beats in the background. So we got so many. I thought, let's put it into like a poetry slam, because their lyrics are so deep and so expressive and so
Are
interesting.
they all? They're obviously rappers of truth and stuff like that. Is that what we're?
Yeah, they're classed as conscious rappers.
Oh, is
So
that?
it's not like it's not like, oh, I'm going to shoot you up here and blah blah blah. And all of that. It's actually about how the government are controlling you. What was that? Oh, I always forget the name of it. Balenciaga.
Balenciaga.
Yeah, there's one track from a guy called Technique who raps about Balenciaga, and himself and Ramis were outside the shop doing a video of it, and just ripping Balenciaga outside their shop,
exposing their ads, which were just totally inappropriate.
And how late does the music play?
Oh, well, we're in negotiations with the council at the moment. We hope to get it till 2 a.m. But don't worry.
No, I'm not. No disrespect. No disrespect.
I'm down. I'll be there. I'll be there. I'll close it down, and so will Ian.
We'll carry Ian back to his bed at some point.
Yeah.
You guys are in the house. You're fine.
Tell people about the accommodations where it's camping, trailers are welcome. Vans.
Yeah.
And you also have glamping. Tell people about that.
Yeah. The glamping option is with a local company. So as soon as you can actually park closer to your glamping as well, so it's a lot less distance to travel. And the guy would meet you there, do the inventory. He'll look after you for the 4 days as well. Glamping wise, like I said, it's a third-party company. If you go on the website, there is a glamping page, and at the bottom of it, you click on the picture, and you can just go. If you can pick what you want from it, you can either just have the glamping tent and bring your own stuff, or you can add whatever you want, like your beds, even duvets and pillows, lighting, phone chargers, whatever you need is just little add-ons.
But you must buy your ticket first. You can't just turn up and you can't book a glamping tent and come without a ticket. People get a bit confused sometimes.
And how much are the tickets?
They are $165 for an adult ticket now. We've gone
for
through
the whole
all
4 days. For the whole 4 days.
The whole 4 days.
Yeah.
If
That's
you go,
great value. That's great.
if you go camping in Dorset, it's about 120 for 4 days. We figured out in this part of Dorset. So you're getting 4 days of entertainment and speakers for essentially £5. But having said that, we're offering your audience a 10% discount from now, from this podcast for a week. I don't know when this podcast is going out. When
It'll
you send
go.
it
It'll go out today or tomorrow morning.
Okay,
Okay.
brilliant. So from whenever it goes out, you will have a week from now. If you use the code, which I think you had up earlier, Dave, which is FE Dave, Flat Earth
Yep.
Dave. There we
FE
go.
Dave, right there.
Yeah.
And
don't forget,
FE Dave, it gives you, what is it? It gives you a discount.
Yeah,
Yep.
so you get a 10% off, but don't forget, also you'll be if you use that code, you'll be entered into the free draw as well. So that means that if you do get picked on a free draw, you'll either win 2 adult tickets or a refund on 2 adult tickets.
That's fun.
So essentially, you can win your money back on it as
But
well.
here's the thing. I love festivals. I grew up. There was a festival here for 20 years in Bridgeport, Connecticut, called Gathering of the Vibes, and it was a 3-4 day festival. Music, health stuff, really, like what you guys are doing. And it was one of my favorite times of the year. We'd set up tents and just make it amazing, and the people that you meet were amazing. It was a lot more expensive than 165. You said?
Yeah.
It was a lot more expensive than that. So that's
Yeah.
that
We
is
had
an
emails
incredible
saying-
price. Yeah. So
Yeah.
refunding your ticket, that's fun, but it's already too inexpensive, which is awesome because it's really not going to exclude anybody. And what about food? Do you bring your own food? Is there food vendors there? How does that go?
There are food vendors there, but obviously you can bring your own food, just eat it on the campsite. But there are five food vendors there as well, which will accommodate whatever whatever you
Diet.
eat, really, what diet you
Whatever
have.
day, yeah. We'll have our own Sounds Beautiful. We're actually going to call it Tastes Beautiful Cafe, which will be doing organic foods because most of our community are organic growers. So we want to encourage that. But if you like your fast food, we have got a lovely awake guy called Dave who actually owns a pub in Dorset. He's got a wood-fired pizza company, and they're proper wood-fired pizzas. They're going to
What
cook
pub?
them right in there. His Tap and Great in Broadstone. I
Oh
played
no,
there.
yeah, I know. I know
He
it.
books
I know.
this
Yeah, I know.
often. Yeah,
I
he's
know,
a great
yeah.
guy.
So I
Great
have a
guy.
question.
All our pizzas are awake.
How do patrons pay for their food at festivals now here in the United States? Literally everything's done with a chip, and you just have to pay via that, and there's no cash. Do you allow cash?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Cash?
The
Will
more
they be able?
cash
Will they be able to
is
take credit cards too? Will people be able to
Yeah.
charge
Yeah.
things? So it's
Yeah.
Yeah,
not
both
New
options.
World Order payment system. It's whatever you need,
No.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Very nice.
Unfortunately, tickets are online. We can't really do cash tickets because people live so far away. We
Yeah.
can't negotiate that. But
No.
the goal of the event, if you look on our goals on our website, we're trying to raise money to buy land which can be used by our community. And when we've got that land, we're much freer, and we might be able to just do the whole thing cash at some point in the future.
That would be
But
nice.
it's a process. It's a step.
Yeah. And going back to the food as well, we've got a company called We Are Humans, and the guy that runs We Are Humans actually he goes off and feeds all the homeless around the Bournemouth area. So we've got him on board to try and help him out, and hopefully get him some money to then go off and do what he does best as well.
Yeah, they're trying to sell his premises at the moment. He's got this wonderful cafe that he's letting us use every so often. We're making decorations for the festival because it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be stunning. The decor and the art. We've got art displays. We've got artists coming in to do art displays in the trees. We've got hammocks for people to lie in, mirrors with affirmations to make you feel good. And,
Wow.
And yeah, so he's been letting us use his cafe to make these decorations, and they're actually trying to sell it, and we're really trying to support him. I believe Matt Hoy, who's one of our singers, he used to sing with UB40 before he got checked out for not getting the vaccine. He has just done a portrait for them and is auctioning it to raise money for them. So because it's not
we're going to be very careful. This is going on YouTube, so I'm going to ask you a question. Will people be required to have a V certificate to enter the premises?
Definitely not. That's
Okay, we can just leave it at that. That's
Yeah,
good.
But
good.
you don't have to be V free to come because
Yeah, of course, we understand.
Of course,
Healing
we
field,
understand.
that's what the healing field is there for. It's for everybody. We want to heal these divides.
I'm
Thing
very
is, like,
excited
so many
that Clive is coming. Now, I'm a big fan of his work and his stuff, and He has an energy machine, and so do I. This is a
Oh,
Tesla
yeah.
technology machine that is
That's incredible.
it's incredible machine, and you know, I don't want to mention a name, but somebody big in the truth movement um that everybody knows is getting one of these in the very
So
near
what one's
future.
that? What-
And I'll let
what-
that person, male or female, announce it when they when they want to announce it.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Oh, it's
heard-
not.
yeah.
It's not. Dave, is it? Is
I'm
she
not going to
American?
say anything. I can't confirm or
Is
deny
she
anything.
American?
I'm not going to confirm or deny anything. There's nothing you could ask.
Okay,
me.
tell me
Right.
after. All right.
Okay.
I heard that you can get a machine, and I do actually know someone that's got one. I'm trying to persuade her to come to the festival. That it emits kind of frequencies that can travel up to a mile.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you can actually bathe the whole festival in healing frequencies from these machines. It would be awesome if we could get one of those. We're working on it. We're on the case.
Like a
No,
like
I
a
don't
life machine amplifier thing, or
Like the opposite of Wi-Fi. Like you think how damaging Wi-Fi is when
Okay.
it emits. It doesn't. It emits healing waves, which
excellent.
are a frequency
That would
of
be
your
very
body.
interesting.
So it kind of, yeah.
That's
And
great
Clive
tech,
Bacall
that.
is trying to encourage us to put things in the showers that get rid of the chlorine, because we don't, we think about our
Fluoride.
water.
It's to get rid of fluoride.
Oh,
isn't
is it? Okay.
Yeah. And it's vitamin C shower heads.
Right.
So
Yeah.
so this podcast, this version, right? I'm going to talk about it when I go on other shows. Also, will be mostly heard by people that are flat earthers. So you said on the Rise Above show that this is the first time or the last time Dave Weiss is coming to the UK. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Is it the last?
It's the
You're
first
not coming
and the
over again?
last. It's the first and the last, probably.
Well, hopefully, if we do a good job, you'll probably want to come back next
I
year.
would come back
hopefully.
next year for sure. But
Yeah.
anybody that wants to come hang out, and it's not, when you go to these festivals, you're like, oh, I want to see this, I want to see that, but then you end up just talking to the most amazing people, chilling out,
Yeah.
having the most amazing time, and $165. If I'd known that, I would bought up all your tickets and just scalp them.
Go for it.
I think that might be against our ticket conditions.
We
but-
have also we actually got saunas there as well. So if you wanted to just like get out of the way for a bit, go for a sauna. It's got showers next to the sauna as well, so you can have a bit of a shower off.
Are there nearby
and-
hotels?
Sorry.
Are there
There's
nearby
hotels in
hotels for
Liverpool.
somebody that might want less of a camping experience?
Yeah. And there's all, yeah.
Yeah, there's B&Bs and stuff in there.
Yeah,
B&Bs and
The,
hotels.
the town of Wimborne is literally 2 miles away, I think. So
Yeah.
All right.
it's a small town, but there's B&Bs, Airbnbs, there's a hotel, there's a couple of bits and bobs.
So
yeah, there's plenty of place.
for those people that are just like, the camping, you stay and then you leave, you drive 2 miles, you find your B&B, you get a good night's sleep, you get your shower, you get your breakfast or whatever. That's that makes it easy for a lot of people. I personally love camping. When I have all my gear with me, but since I'm not having my gear, I am staying in the carriage house on the property.
Yeah,
Are there still rooms available there?
There's a few.
There's a
They're going
few.
quick.
They're going quick. All right.
And this house is an immense building. Have you got a picture of it, Dave?
I do not.
The manor house itself is an incredible building. I think it's an 18th century super huge mansion, and within its grounds it has stable blocks, and we are in the entire grounds of this manor house. It's an incredible place. It's called Gaunt's House. So if people want to look at it, see what it's all about, it's called Gaunt's House, and it's a fantastic part of the world.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Gaunt's house itself, like they do a lot of stuff with like healing and stuff like that on a regular basis. So the grounds itself it has such a good energy. We looked at other places before Gaunt's house, and some of them you just didn't get the right vibe from it. As soon as we walked onto this,
It's going to be lovely in the summer. That the whole grounds, the grass, it's a beautiful location. It's got a lake kind of. It's really fabulous. It's going to look stunning. So
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
And we're hoping to do a retreat next year there. So we're in autumn we're doing an autumn equinox sounds beautiful retreat as well, and this will be more focused on the healing rather than the partying. Whereas this festival, it's a bit of both because we are going to party. We've got Slipmat coming. Who's going to be playing till 2 in the morning, hopefully.
And then
Yeah.
we've got
That
the boys
sounds
from
loud.
well, obviously, when the guys who went on the podcast, they're bringing like 5 DJs and a couple of MCs as well. We've got a DJ he's doing all
ADJ, yeah.
ADJ.
That's the other one. That's the other one.
We argued about how you pronounce it, and then Steve said, "No, I
AD.
think it's ADJ,
Yeah,
like
it's
because he's a
AD.
DJ." So who knows?
He's a great lad. He's a
not
great
Captain Sensible, DJ Sensible
That's it.
is coming. DJ Vixen,
Miss
she was
Vixen.
Miss Vixen. She was at Jam for Freedom. She's awesome. She does vinyl DJ.
Yeah.
Who else? We got DJ THG and Missy. We've got
Bands as well.
Chris Kirks from Resistance Radio. We've got a lot of support from Resistance Radio in the UK. Fantastic. He's a resident DJ at Carry On Camping up north. And he's coming down with his family. He's got a little baby. So it's family friendly. Bring your kids.
Will there
We've got
be
Seth.
will there be an early morning guitar player playing the national anthem at like 9 a.m. at high volume? like
Not the
Hendrix?
national anthem, but I might still be around the campfire.
And there'll be
No, we've got-
campfires.
we have
That's all with
got-
that. There's going to be campfires.
Well, there's a big pit
Okay.
in the main arena.
right,
And,
beautiful.
so we're going to be having like drumming circles in the morning. Not too early though, because after the 2 o'clock session, you don't want to be woken up with the drummings going off. So it's going to be more like a 10 o'clock in the morning, 10, 11 o'clock.
After the yoga, after the field yoga.
Yoga,
meditation.
meditation,
All
sound
right.
baths, all of that, all the hippie stuff. We love the hippie stuff.
I mean, we've
Right,
got
and-
over like 50 acts.
For a blimey American, am I a blimey or are you guys blimeys? I forget.
We're limey.
You're limey, so we're dumb Americans. What is the weather at the end of June like there, temperature wise? Am I wearing shorts? Or am I wearing long pants? Am I a sweatshirt? I need it all.
Bring it all.
Bring
It's
it all.
England.
It should be.
I'm not going to
fun.
lie to you, bring it all, mate. But at the same time, around about that sort of time, it should be nice hot weather. It should
So
be.
even if it drizzles, it's going to be warm rain. It's
Yeah.
not going to be cold and miserable.
But bring
It's
some
gonna be-
hoodies just in case.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bring some hoodies for the evening.
Just
You
in
know, a
case.
gathering of the vibes, more than 1 year, but 1 year it downpoured like nothing ever. It was a mud fest. It was crazy. It was the best one ever. The best friends, the best thing. It was the most amazing time. I hope that doesn't happen, but if it does,
We'll just
survive.
we'll mud wrestle if it does, like they do at
Oh, there was
Glastonbury.
mud wrestling. There definitely was.
Naked mud wrestling.
us be
Taking down the hill.
So
Oh
ano-
yeah, they can. There's a big hill.
another question: you can bring your own food, or you can buy food there. So there's no restrictions on the food. What about?
That's right. Yeah.
Can you bring your own beer, or do you have to buy the beer there?
There is a bar in the main arena, but if you're at the campsite separate.
Okay,
So
so
that's-
campsite, you can have your stuff. You're not
Yeah.
Yeah.
restricting anything that way.
No.
Got
Yeah,
it.
You can't bring
Perfect.
glass into the arena. Or you can't bring your own glass in and your own beers in. You have to once you're in the main arena, you have to buy from the bar. It's
This
just
sounds fun.
alcohol-less.
We just told a friend that we met, through Flat Earth at one of the conferences last year, and we told her about it just yesterday, and she immediately bought a ticket and booked a room in the carriage house immediately. It's like
Wow.
amazing. So,
Fantastic.
and she's from here, so she I think she was going to be over there anyway, so she extended her trip, and now she's going to a 4-day festival, which is
Yeah, she
Kinda fun.
she was supposed to. I think her trip ends on the 24th or something. She's in Oxford.
Yeah.
And she's friends with Dave and Paige, and they're speaking about it. And she said, "I'm going." So she's
Oh.
extending her time to do the whole festival because
Fantastic.
she's amazed that we're a festival like that's happening. So
We had someone email us from I think it was Cambridgeshire or somewhere in the east of England, and they said that they know 50 flat earthers, or she can get 50 flat earthers to come in just her little community.
what's her name?
Oh, I don't know.
Dave, you did the podcast with her.
Oh,
You did the podcast
you mean
recently
Kate?
with.
So, you mean with Nurse Kate?
No. In the east of England, you did her
East of England, west of England. I don't know England, man. When you say England, it's all one place to me.
It's so big.
It doesn't look that big to me. It's just all England. Everything's near everything, right? Don't ask me.
Everyone
I'm
knows
good at
everything,
flat Earth
that's what it is.
geography, but not this.
Helen, was her name Helen, Dave?
It could well have been. That rings a bell.
Yeah. Helen is she's luckily for us. I mean, we do Flat Earth Social. We had Mark Devlin last night. Funny enough, great, amazing thing. We've changed our venue to the Bridge House Hotel.
Is Mark coming?
Mark's talking.
Okay, Mark's coming. Awesome.
He's not going to be doing Flat Earth though. He's going to be doing about the music, how the dark side of the music.
That's awesome, because you know what? Mark needs 4 days at a music festival with some healing drums and everything, so we can help mellow him out a little bit, because that guy is awesome, but he is serious. He is so serious, and his positive, I call it positive anger. He has positive anger, right? And he takes that and he channels it. So I think it's going to be a very healing event for him. That's going to be great.
Good.
I think he's going to really enjoy himself, and we'll see a different side of Mark when he comes there. I hope so. And Dave Murphy as well. He's
Dave's coming also. You know what? I haven't even read through the lineup, to be honest, because I know these things. It's like I know it's going to be a good lineup. So awesome! That's fantastic. And who knows who else might show up?
We've got, who have we not mentioned? Ivor Cummins. Have you heard of Ivor Cummins? The guy that cured himself of was it not diabetes, he was susceptible to sort of heart condition through being overweight, and he looked into diet and suddenly figured that everything we're told about diet is not true. Basically, he looked into cholesterol level data over medical data for years.
I'm
and
with
he
you.
came and did a talk for us. It's so interesting.
And now I can't wait to see him. I'm gonna see him. That's gonna be great. It's gonna be fantastic.
Amazing speakers. I'm trying to think who else got Richard Bobes.
No, we said about him.
Yeah.
What did we say about him already?
Now Ian did an interview with him, introducing him to Flat Earth recently, and he was asking some good questions. So now he's got that bug, inside his brain for the next couple of months, and then he's going to come there. He's going to see my presentation. He's going to see Ian again, and he's going to be a full-on Flat Earther, no doubt.
His audience loved it. And the only reason I know that is because of the amount of subscribers that we've had as a direct and comments. It's been incredible. So his audience and other audiences most people woke up in COVID. You have the Richard Vose woke up through because COVID. You had Neil Oliver. You had UK Column. Those types of, and they grew very big. They have a very big platform, and their audiences get the jibby jab stuff. They get it now. And they're peeling back all the layers, and their interest is to know more truth. And Flat Earth is, from my opinion, the biggest one. So, and it breaks down all the other stuff and makes it a lot easier to understand. So they want to know about it, and it's really important. And
for those Flat Earthers that are coming, when you're a Flat Earther, you always want to tell other people about it, because it's such an uplifting revealing of knowledge. It's a lifting of the veil. And so come join us at our tent. Help us talk to other people. I want 10, 15 people hanging out at our tent, answering questions for everybody. And I know there's going to be a bunch of Flat Earthers there that are very knowledgeable. Bring your iPad, bring your phone, show them the images on the app and stuff. And let's make sure nobody leaves that festival thinking they live on a cartoon ball flying through space, because that's just not cool.
Until you say the Earth is flat. We're keeping you.
Anybody, you know what we can do to make sure? I think it's gonna be easy getting 99% of them. That last 1%, if they don't convert, we'll just sacrifice them in the fire pit. I mean,
sounds reasonable.
Yeah, we just have a little sacrifice, a baller sacrifice. It's okay.
Do you know who I'm sorry, I'm just trying to get rid of my email that keeps coming up. Please don't email me. I don't know why it's up there. I'm trying to, every time I move the cursor, it comes up. We'll have to just block it out with some marker. It's gone. Good. Forget it was ever there. What was I saying? Santos Bonacci. Steve introduced me to Santos Bonacci.
Good friend of mine.
I love astrology. Absolutely love it. And I'm from the mystery school. I used to be a Steiner teacher. I was into Steiner and anthroposophy, and he's from the same.
Rudolf Steiner.
Yeah. I used to teach there, and my kids went through the schools and everything. So when I saw him and saw he was from the same mystery schools, I was like, wow. And then I found out he was a flat earther, or he
Oh,
actually
yeah.
talks about it being the.
Santos is a great pal. He's a great guy, Dave, isn't he?
I
Well, I
remember
thought, you know,
before he became a flat earther, I had just become a flat earther, and he's like hogwashed, and he goes, "Wait a minute, okay, it's totally on." And he wrapped his astrology around it. You know, you can be a good astrologer on a globe because there is, you know, the globe is just the flat Earth wrapped around an imaginary sphere. But when you put yourself as an astrologer on a flat Earth, you become a way more powerful astrologer. In astrology, they talk about the movements of the planets, but they don't talk about the movement of the Earth. That's because the Earth isn't moving, right? So Santos is in the movie, the next level, no, Level with Me. Is it Level with Me?
Mhm.
That's the name of the movie. He's in the third in the Level series from Sean Hibbler, and he's fantastic. I hung out with him a lot in Mexico, and Ian did also, and
Mhm.
he became a good friend. So,
Great time.
Oh, I've
so
been trying to get hold of him. I've messaged him furiously on like different platforms.
you got to hit him up
There's only one
on
platform you'll get
WhatsApp.
him.
WhatsApp.
If we
Yeah.
could get him over, it'd be awesome. I've
He
heard he's
won't.
in the hills at the moment. He won't.
Yeah, I don't know if he'll fly over. He's
Oh.
not going to leave Mexico. I mean, no.
I don't think there's enough things that anyone can have to get him out of there. To be
Yeah,
fair,
there's
I
no
don't think
chance.
that's.
There's no chance. Just save.
I can't blame him. It's a nice location, though, isn't it? At least it's a bit hotter over there.
Yeah.
I just have to go to Mexico. Damn.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I best make some profit from this festival and go on holiday.
It would be nice.
Would be nice. Yeah. So yeah, no, but that really sparked my interest because I thought, you know, someone who's that knowledgeable, someone like Santos who is so obviously well read. So I think when he does his presentation, he's got about 50 books in front of him, and if he, you know, sees some truth in flat Earth, that's piqued my interest. One thing that I wanted to ask personally is what I've discovered recently. I was always, for me, because I haven't really explored it enough, I'll admit, I haven't done enough research. For me, the idea of being, I probably got the wrong idea because, you know, you pick snippets up. The idea of being in a kind of firmament and everything being controlled was somehow deeply depressing and not spiritual to me. I found a kind of release in thinking that the universe is eternal and infinite and that the constellations and the stars go on forever and ever. But I've actually watched a few interviews recently, and from the flat earth perspective, it's the opposite. It's a deeply spiritual viewpoint, and that was surprising to me.
I think that the globe is very limited. You know, in the globe, you're trapped on this ball. The other stars are so far away that they don't exist. I mean, the closest star is 25 trillion miles away. 25 trillion miles away. If we're traveling a mile per second, which is super fast, and we went for 1 trillion seconds, we're 1/25th of the way there. Okay. And that took 31,000 years, by the way. 1 trillion seconds is 31,000 years. If I had a rocket that went 100,000 miles an hour, unfathomable speed, it would only take us 28,000 years, which doesn't exist. I don't think the Earth is that old, to get to the nearest star. And we find out, oh, there's no planets here. Now we got to go to the next star, which is 500 times farther away. Okay. That is just dilution of God's creation. We're at the center of creation. We're right here at the center, right? Now, there's flat earthers will argue all day. It's just the dome, just our world. Antarctica is the end. The dome comes down. Other people say it goes on farther. There's more land beyond. There's more puddles. Like if we were in a pond, maybe there's hundreds or thousands or millions of other ponds, right? So if you want to believe in infinite space, an infinite flat earth is more realistic than the scientifically impossible space vacuum. So when you really get into it, you know, we don't need to talk about what's beyond Antarctica or higher than we can reach to prove the Earth is flat. We can prove that all day, all night. No curvature, no motion, no rotation, high pressure next to gas, right? All of those proofs are already there. But what's beyond, that's what we want the right to go explore. And if everybody woke up to flat Earth, then maybe we could take back those rights. Maybe we can get airships back. Maybe we can figure out, you know, what this place really is. And knowing that you're at the center of creation, that you're not a random accident, that, you know, that an asteroid is not going to take you out, nuclear bombs aren't going to take you out, right? That we're not running out of food, running out of space, that, you know, knowing that is super exhilarating, spiritual, knowing that
It's empowering.
your thoughts create your reality. Here's proof. Right, watch my little video on what my setup looks like. My setup is really cool. It's like Dr. Seuss, right? Or the Cat in the Hat, right? With his crazy machine. I put this all together and I imagined it. I really imagined it, and then it came into fruition. Sounds Beautiful Festival did not exist before you imagined it,
Okay.
right? So
Mhm.
Yeah,
people
yeah.
don't realize the power of their thoughts, and that's why they have us watching the news. The news gives you cancer, in my opinion, and your thoughts get scared and you lower your energy. And then if you live on a ball, you're trapped, you're finite, all of the stuff. Flat Earth is the most spiritual thing out there, and that's why they're deathly afraid of it, because everyone that wakes up to Flat Earth immediately figures out, that governments really do have no power other than the power that we give them. So sounds like that's the whole theme of your festival is,
100%.
taking your power back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Can I-
yeah. I can
Just
certainly
getting
relate.
back to sorry, Wendy, when you were saying
That's
about
okay.
the whether it's a roof or not, and you were saying it was sort of like you felt bad about it. Every flat earther goes through that because you all of a sudden realize that there is none of that. This is the creation. This is it. And when you're talking about whether it's a dome or whatever, we're not sure whether it's a dome. Ancient people did depict it as a dome, but we are contained. Yeah, everybody has to understand that we are.
But how big
breathing
is that
fresh air.
containment, Ian? How big is that containment? Is Antarctica the limit, or is
We
it
don't
a
know.
million times
We
farther?
don't know.
So, but
We have
we
no
are
idea.
contained, right? We are contained in a created for us
Pressurized system.
environment. Awesome. I mean, nothing is more inspiring that, people get depressed. Depression comes from a lot of things, but because your soul, your true spirit knows the truth of this world. Your mind is stuck in the television programming, most people, and your soul is trying to talk to your mind, and your mind is refusing to listen because it's living in fear, it's getting false information, and it's just living in this materialistic life, right? And so when your soul really can't talk to your mind, then you get depressed. Your soul gets depressed, and then you become depressed, and then you get into drugs and you get into bad habits and bad thoughts, right? I've seen Flat Earth. When people wake up to Flat Earth, they've kicked drug habits, kicked alcoholism. They've lifted out of depression, and they literally have a new spirit of life. I was always happy. I wasn't depressed, right? But I do remember times like, I have 20 minutes before I have to go to this place, so I'm going to stare at the wall for 20 minutes, or I'm going to just flick through the TV and, oh, look, Gilligan's Island. I could watch a episode of Gilligan's Island, and that's just a waste of your energy. Now, there's no such thing as boredom, right, Ian? Ian, when's the last time you were bored?
I have not been bored in 10 years.
Yeah.
I wake up,
Not for a second. Not for
every time there's a discussion or anything to do with Flat Earth, I don't know, a charge of energy comes up because you've got divine knowledge. You are aware of God's creation for the first time in your entire life. So it's very, very powerful. It's very uplifting, and it's very, very spiritual. Yeah, I love my life now. Last 10 years have been fantastic.
It's absolutely amazing. Every day you learn new stuff, and the wonderment. As a child, everything's wow, and then you become older, and you're like, yeah, I've seen it all. You haven't seen it all. We haven't seen it all.
Haven't seen anything.
We haven't seen anything yet. It's incredible what this place is like. I just like when I go outside, it's just like everything. It's like you see the world in another way, and that's what we're supposed to be here. We're supposed to be here in a spirit of wonderment, a spirit of healing and energy and sharing and kindness and all of that stuff. And that sounds beautiful to me.
Hey.
I brought that around.
Love it, mate. Good lads.
Yeah.
See what you did there.
Yeah.
No, I really feel we live in different dimensions. You like you said, you manifest your reality, you create your realities. So the company you keep, the places that you visit, the things that you ingest, everything is creating a vibration, a manifestation.
Yeah.
And if you can live in that vibration, no matter what's going on in the world, no matter what they're throwing at us in their little controlled sort of false reality, you can maintain happiness, you can maintain contentment. You don't have to be a part of it.
So here's my
Go on,
good, Ian. No, I was
I
gonna
was
say,
saying Flutter definitely does that for you. It definitely changes your perspective. It gives you an energy that you've never had before. You can understand Convid, you can understand 9/11, you can understand all of the other things. And I don't, this is the most amazing thing that I've ever learned about all the other things that I've known about and whatever we've researched. This is stands alone, a mile alone, because
so
of what it gives you.
yeah. So here's what I say for all of my USA, people that are listening to me. If you're looking for a little vacation, this is it. Book the flight, get your tickets, go get a place to stay. This is going to be 4 days of super fun, and join us over at our tent, helping us talk to other people, and just get ready to make new best friends, because everybody there is in a like mindset, whether they're flat earthers or not, but they all will be when we're done with them. And all of you people in the UK that messaging me and stuff, that like, hey, when you come to the UK, I'm coming. This is it. The first time and maybe the last time, unless we do it again the next year. So this is the time you want to see me. Come to the UK, come see Ian, and come just hang out and have it sounds like an amazing time. And I'm going to be like 4 days is perfect. It's going to be fantastic.
We've got a German band called Ray Band. No, Ray Baba, and they're coming all the way from Germany to see you, Dave.
Oh, sweet.
4 of them.
Nice. And I can't wait to talk to them.
Amazing music.
And the other thing is, it's 4 days. When I go to these one-day events, I can't talk to everybody. And people are like, oh, Dave blew me off. I don't blow you off. Somebody's talking to me. People come in. 4 days, I'm going to be chilling, talking to everybody. So if you come, let's hang out. Come on, everybody. Let's hang out and have a good time.
Dave, I think, are you going to do some kind of, because your app is the Flat Earth Bible for people at the moment, with the actual stuff you have in there. Are you going to give it away? Is that what we're going to do for a time being? You're going to give away the app?
I'll give away trial memberships. I'll give away trial memberships for a few months or something to get but the app is only $3, right? It's a one-time charge, and it's $11 a year. Everyone is listening already knows that. You can also get the app for free if you just recommend it to 11 people, and then they get the app, and then you get your subscription. But we're gonna do stuff with it. It'll be great. And if you can't do the subscription, we'll hook you up with a subscription for 6 months or whatever it is. We'll figure it out when we get there. And it's gonna be a blast. It's gonna be a blast just talking to other people, hanging out with other awake, aware, chill people, and away from all of the nonsense, just with like-minded people. So I'm looking forward to it. It's June 27th and 30th. Get your tickets now. Use the code Flat Earth Dave, FE Dave. You get 10% off, and you get a chance to win your money back.
For 1 week.
For a week.
And then after that, you still get entered into the draw.
You still go into the draw. So the 10% is only for 1 week. Okay, so it's already too cheap. So just come on, everybody, and let's go. Bring the whole family. It's going to be. I'm sure it's kid friendly too. No problem, right?
Oh yeah, we've got the circus school coming. They're doing circus activities for the kids. We've got Hope Sussex, which is a beautiful community who are homeschooling their kids. They're going to be there with all kinds of all day kind of entertainment for the kids. We've got face painting, henna tattooing, games. Steve has made a huge Jenga,
giant Jengas, Connect 4, all the normal garden games. And also we've got our cafe is pretty much looks towards where the kids area is as well, so at least the parents can feel safe by letting the kids go off, do their own thing, and then they can keep an eye on it at the same time.
Sweet.
So at least they'll have a bit of a break,
right? And if you remember this podcast and you're like, you haven't got it, you didn't get your tickets yet, and you're like, where is that podcast? Go in the app, click the shopping center. It'll be the first one there. It'll be the first button there. There'll be a link to Sounds Beautiful and this video, so you can get all the information again. And just soundsbeautiful.uk. I kept typing in soundsbeautifulfestival.uk. I'm like, why can't I find this friggin' website? It's soundsbeautiful.uk.
Yeah, which is we've got somebody on the case at the moment to up it. It's been somewhere, it's got stuck somewhere.
Yeah.
Got stuck in the ether, but it is there, and in the next few days you should find it really easily. It's all being sorted out. It is there, but not everyone can find it.
Sounds beautiful.uk. It's pretty easy. It'll be on the app in the shopping section, and let's go. It's going to be fantastic. I'm highly looking forward to it. Any final thoughts? I think we've been going long enough. Anything else that we don't know about the festival?
Are there any pets? Dogs?
No, unfortunately, landowners rules. I've got my dogs. I want to bring them, but no, we can't.
That's fine.
So maybe in future years we'll have like a dog creche or something. We'll sort it out. We'll get there.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Yeah.
So thanks a lot.
Thanks, Wendy.
Thank you
Thanks,
for coming
Steve.
on and
Yeah,
cheers, and too. Really looking forward to seeing you both there.
All right.
We'll be in touch between now and then. Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much.
Yeah.
And we'll see you later.